everyone, my name is Michael Telamata, and for today's video, we're going to show you on how first-come first-served algorithm works in code. So first, we have here a necessary libraries, which will be needed by our functions. First is IRS string. This is for input and output operation. Next is vector. We're using vector container. Next is string. It's just for string class. Now we have now we are defining a class to represent a task. So we will be naming it as task here. This is the declaration of variable duration and using integer data type here, which initialize to a variable name duration. Next line is instructor to initialize task with a name and duration here. And, and our next line of code is a function to schedule tasks using first come first serve algorithm or scheduling. And we have and we also have here an if statement which checks if there is no task to be checked. Using the for each loop, we are going to display and iterate the user input depending on what the user inputted. Now, let us then go ahead in the function to create task by getting user input. We have here a vector which store the task and a variable store user input here. Now, the program will ask the user to enter the number of tasks, but before this, the declaration in the main method will be executed first, and it will be discussed by my groupmate. So to continue, it will ask the user to enter the number of tasks. For the next slide, we have a converter which convert the input to an integer here. Also inside our for loop, we are going to enter task name which store task name and enter task duration in minutes which store the task duration. And since we are using personal person and any personal person scheduling any duration inputted by the user will be ignored and it will be only focusing to the first inputted by the user. So that's all, and the next line of code will be explained by my technicians. Thank you.
So, my name is Virtual Grace F. Bautista, and I will be explaining this part of our program. So, starting with the inner try function, starting with the inner try function. So, this try block here, so this try block attempts to convert the string. So, it attempts to convert the string task duration into an integer using this stoi function. And when every time the conversion fails, or like for example, if the string doesn't contain a valid integer, then it catches using this function, the catch function, it catches the invalid argument exception and then prints an error message which is the invalid duration, setting duration to 0. And so from here, setting duration to 0 in this function, the tasks that plays back. So what it does is that it constructs a new task object to the task vector, and then it constructs the task object in place with the task name and the task duration. And then moving on with the catch. So this outer catch is for the outer try. So just like from the inner catch, this will also catch the invalid argument exceptions, invalid argument exceptions thrown by the STIO conversion in the outer try block. In the outer try block, and will then print out these this error message, which is the invalid number of tasks starting with no tasks. And then lastly is the return task. So this will simply return tasks to from the beginning to the beginning of the create tasks function. Then moving on with the main function. So in main function is it just consists of the this uh it just consists of displaying just consists of displaying the outputs of this code. So starting here, we have the declaration of a variable string named username. And in here, for the second line, for the next line, we have the cout, enter your name or organization name, which is a, a command or an instruction of what you're going to put. And the get line, C in username, is just a function which allows the user to input the ask information or the ask data in the instructions that is printed. Then next is the vector task. So this line just simply calls the function create tasks, calls the function create tasks, and then executes the block statement that is in the function create tasks. Then after that, it will then print starting the session Yahoo. And then once that is done printed out, then it will call the function FCFS schedule task, which is right here. So once it's called in our main function, then it's going to execute the block statement inside our FCFS schedule function. And lastly, after that is done, then it will print out oops done thank you with the username that is inputted by the user earlier. And so that includes the explanation of our program, of our code, and the demonstration and the explanation of our output of this program that we created will be explained by Miss Kirsten Delemon.
So my name is Christine Aidelamon. So today I will show you the result of the program that we made. The first come first serve scheduling algorithm. First, you have to enter your name. Example is my name, Christine. Enter the number of tasks. Example is 5. Enter task name. Example is P1. Next is enter task duration. 5 minutes. P2, 4 minutes. P3, 6 minutes. P4, 7 minutes. And P5, 8 minutes. And now you can see the result. Starting P1, task P1 with duration 5 minutes is completed. Starting task P2 with duration 4 minutes is completed. Starting P3, task P3 with duration 6 minutes is completed. Starting task 4, Task P4 with duration 7 minutes is completed. Starting task P5 with duration 8 minutes is completed. Then you're done. As you can observe, P1 is the first one who start the task and end up in P5 because it's first come, first serve.